It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Carolina Panthers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Eddie Pinheiro about set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Right to the air is Daniels. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Buying time to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Young now. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Thielen going to go in motion right. Now here's Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing, Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Just a pickup of 3, but that is indeed enough.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They go play action. Young. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Motion man is Crowder. Oh, twisting away. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That's caught at the 1. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
But give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Young from the shotgun. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Young. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Throwing now is Daniels. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Here's Daniels. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Option play. Here's Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Here's Young. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Young to throw it. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Young to throw it. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Xavier Legette from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drives 7 plays in length, and Carolina scores to cap it off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Daniels looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Daniels. This pass finds McCaffrey going across the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
He'll find Thielen work in the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. Now Young. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
And the throw and the catch were just fine. But against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Here's 3rd and 10. Young. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Crowder's got it over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Gets through, and now an opening. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action. Daniels. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington has taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the 2nd half.
Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
On the give, this is Hubbard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game, with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Here is 3rd and 5. Now Young. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And now it's 2nd down.
Motion man is Crowder.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now here's Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the 1st down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
On the ground, it's Hubbard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Young now. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Third down, Young from the gun. He'll drop that down to Hubbard. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now Daniels.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here's Daniels.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney, his 2nd sack of the night. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 60 yards.
And the Commanders use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Jones breaking from the contact. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Young will set to throw.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Young to throw it. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. Stays on his feet, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They'll run with Hubbard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. To throw, Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. Give him 18 on the play.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in cover.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for...
The Young's going to throw for this.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders are able to build on to their fourth-quarter lead.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here is Young. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Here comes second down.
Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw, Young.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. Here's Young.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll run again here with Robinson.
And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up any.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Dante Fowler
showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
One last shot for Young. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.